Hello, a very Merry Christmas and welcome to Hibs TV. It's Derby Day here in Edinburgh and a festive fixture that needs no introduction. Yes, hello and welcome along to our coverage here from Easter Road Stadium. The rain has been falling quite heavily today, but we've got the go-ahead for the game, which all begins at 8 o'clock this evening. Joining me to preview this one is a bit of a cult hero, in fact, a man who's played over 250 times for Hibs, scoring 16 goals. Of course it is Joe Tortolano. Joe, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you too as well. Well, first of all, what does it feel like to be back here at Easter Road?
Oh, it's so big.
Yeah.
It's probably 3-4 times the size of the stadium when I played it in the 80s. So the transition is unbelievable. So it's great to be here, and hopefully we can get a great performance with the boys tonight.
Yeah, definitely. What were the kind of the main changes really? And have you been back? Have you been back recently?
I haven't been back. I've been always working on Saturdays, so there's times. But the guys here always wanted me to come here, so I couldn't wait to come here and to get to obviously the Hearts game, of course, which is the big one, for the one you want to always go to. It's just the size of the stadium. The stands are like absolutely huge compared with when I played. We just had the one main stand, that was about it. The stand was about half that size. It could generate a lot of people in there, but just the stadium, the way end is huge, so yeah. It's brilliant atmosphere.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, you played 11 years as a player here. I imagine you got some pretty fond memories of your time here.
Yep, good and bad.
Yeah.
But hopefully the best ones, the good ones are the ones you keep in your mind all the time. But I think all players go through ups and downs in their career, and you try to when the times to when you want to leave, you try and leave with good memories. And I had plenty of good memories here.
What do you think some of the best ones are? Or
the best ones
to you anyway?
Probably I used to thrive on actually just being absolutely to play well, to score or cross for somebody in the back post to head it, and that used to be what I used to thrive on. And that gave me a lot of confidence and to do that all the time. But once the crowd, the home support, get behind you, that just drives you on. You just can't wait till the next game to come.
Yeah, you think you had 257 games in total. What was it about Hibs that was so special to you?
Well, I was here in 1985, and I just came here and I just knew it was the right place for me. And I started off pretty well, then a different manager in 1987, and things changed a little bit. But it's just the people that were here that were absolutely fantastic. And once you start playing for the team for the first time, you kind of know what the club's all about, and the winning mentality that the fans demand, because we're a big club, massive club. But we always want to be the best. And if you're not given that, they'll let you know. So you're on your toes right away, and you should be doing that anyway. But the fans play a massive part in the confidence for players.
Yeah, you kind of had during your time you almost became a cult hero here at Hibs.
You said that, I never.
But you had almost like a love-hate relationship with the fans. Can you explain
I did.
that?
I think that was just down to performances. When it's like when you're good, you're good. When you're bad, you're really bad. And I think I was kind of falling into that. And once I started playing on a regular basis and playing with a lot more confidence, and that's when I was saying at the start, that I used to thrive on pinging balls into the back post for whoever's striker, putting it in the back of the. I prefer that than anything else, because I was never really a goal scorer anyway. But if you made it builds your confidence up, and that's what your job was. And when you're playing week in, week out, making goals, making good tackles, creating chances, that builds up confidence. And once you can't wait to the next game to come along. So, and that's what it was like for me, I'm afraid.
You kind of played a few different positions as well. Where do you think you were most effective?
Well, a lot of guys thought it better in the dressing room rather than from the game started. So thanks very much for the backup, boys. But I think I started off as allegedly a flying left winger. Then I started getting tagged back into left back position. So they were the two main. I played on the right wing as well a couple of times. But I think that's a lot of guys nowadays are not kind of stuck on one position. If you're playing on the left side, the manager might say, do you fancy doing a shift on the right side tomorrow or whatever. And there are a lot of guys that are versatile now compared to when I played, you know what I mean? So it was good it could work against or it could work for you, I would think.
Yeah, as we mentioned before, over 250 games for Hibs. A few Edinburgh derbies in there. Let's get on to the Edinburgh Derby and let's get on to today's game. How important and how big is today's game?
It's absolutely massive. I mean, these are the games that the fans definitely look forward to, and the players should as well, and I know they are. And it's a massive game, especially this festive period. And it's important to put a great show on, and the most importantly is to win. And it's, 9 times out of 10 the performance is important, but I think deep down I think the fans and the manager are probably saying, listen, if we can get a win regardless, it'd be great if we play well, score great goals and brilliant play, and solid at the back and communicating all the time. That's what everybody wants for games like this, but sometimes it doesn't work like that for derby games, and anything can happen.
What will you're seeing some of the players and the coaching staff walking past us just now, what would be going through their heads in the lead up to Derby Day, and what was it like for you as a player?
Well, these guys obviously, they're probably, I don't know if they know they're playing or not. Probably will be. The guys will know if they're playing, so they'll be in a total concentrating mode and their job in hand for tonight's game, and they'll be fully focused. We were the exact same. Probably we'd probably have the team line up about back of 6. Then that's you. But some guys or managers have it the day before, which I think is a little bit better, so you can prepare properly. Some guys are laid back. Some guys are a little bit more tense, and it's just trying to be focused on the job tonight.
Yeah, managing that energy. Of course, all eyes will be on the Edinburgh Derby tonight, but there is a few other fixtures across the country as well. A couple of postponements as well. Rangers against Ross County was postponed earlier today, and there's also news just coming in that the Aberdeen match is also postponed. But you see there, Livingston taking on St Johnstone, St Mirren at home to Kilmarnock as well. It's kind of the festive football. There's so many games going on at this kind of period in time, but is it a really good chance to kind of build some momentum before the winter break in January?
Oh, I definitely think so. I mean, it's to have the momentum into this period as well. You can actually step on to greater things come to January. As I said before, it's all about confidence, and you winning games build the confidence for the guys. And when you're winning, you really expect to win. Club this size, you still got to earn your right to win. But if the attitude is always right, the fans backing behind them, and everything just totally focused on the games, it builds confidence. And that's when you're on confidence. The sky's the limit.
What have you made of kind of the way that the season's panned out so far? Because you obviously can see it. Anyone can beat anyone, but often you see that if you do get 1 or 2 wins together, you can kind of go on a little bit of a run, like we did earlier in the season.
Yep. Well, this is it. I mean, I think basically it's kind of been up and down at the minute. You get maybe 2 wins, then a draw, then 2 defeats, then it's back to 2 wins again. It's trying to find this consistency. Every game's different, of course, especially this game tonight. There's no bigger game than this one, but it's just trying to get a consistency, and to get these the points on the board in this festive period. I think that's vitally important, because you can go from mid-table, a couple of wins, and you're up to maybe third. So we should always be in the top 3-4 anyway. So it's a confidence thing, and just determined to do well.
Yeah, there's that kind of expectation, as you said. Just seeing Lewis Stevenson.
Yep, another hero of mine.
A hero of yours.
That is a legend.
Yeah,
he's a real legend, that guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's over 550, nearing 600 odd games for the club. A one club player as well.
Unbelievable, fantastic.
I think he's played up nearly. He's either reaching the 50 appearance mark in the derby, in this fixture itself.
Jesus,
he's been a real kind of stalwart.
Absolutely. I know Lewis. He stays over in Dunfermline, and I work over there, and I've seen him a couple of times. I have a couple of wee chats from that, but that is a proper legend, and he deserves all he gets for his dedication, his professionalism, and what I like about him, he's a really nice guy to talk to, and he's so down to earth, and he's always pleasant to me, and he's top man.
Yeah, he really is. He really is. Right, we're going to take a short break just now, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll hear from David Marshall, and we'll look at some of the highlights from when we've played Hearts in the last few years.
Simplexity Travel is made up of some of London's leading bespoke travel managers. Simplexity specialise in luxury travel services for corporate and private clients, groups and individuals who lead busy lives. Simplexity will simplify challenging schedules and complex trip itineraries, ensuring our clients always travel with complete peace of mind and in perfect luxury. Simplexity Travel, making luxury travel simple.
Hello and welcome back to our coverage from the Edinburgh Derby. As you can see, the heavens have opened here at Easter Road. I think it's probably this for the night, isn't it?
It definitely looks like it, mate. Yep, definitely. Unfortunately, but I'll tell you one thing. A lot of the players prefer a little bit of rain. We've had a lot this morning, of course, but I think the rain might kind of speed things up the passing and maybe get a bit brisk passing. So
yeah,
it should
the
be
pitch.
interesting.
It looks like it's in really good nick as well, doesn't it?
Unbelievable. I've never seen a better pitch, and I'm no biased.
Yeah. As a player, did you prefer playing in the rain, or did it not really bother to you?
9 times out of 10 you just want to play, but you know there's times where you will have days like this and you've just got to be the exact same, determined and confident to do the job. But you've got to remember when I played in the 80s that the pitches weren't the best. These pitches are like bowling greens,
Yeah.
compared with we were like there's some stadiums used to play and it was more sand than anything else, which was more difficult. But the stadiums nowadays in the Premiership are amazing.
Yeah, on today's game, both teams kind of come into it in good form. We're just going to take a quick look at the league table now. Obviously, Hearts in third, 5 points above us. They've had good wins against Celtic, obviously, and St Mirren, but over the last kind of couple of months since Montgomery joined as well, we've been in good form as well. Do you think it's probably one of the most evenly matched Edinburgh derbies at the moment?
It probably will be. It probably will be. But as we said, the old saying, nobody can say what the results are going to be at the end of the day. Nobody can ever tell. It's all about. I'm actually looking forward to it, regardless of where positions are in the league. It's brilliant that we can get, if we get a win tonight, we can get closer to them. And but again, it's about winning and putting on a performance and climb up that table and build momentum and confidence again.
Yeah, definitely. A win tonight would take us to within 2 points of Hearts, within touching distance. Obviously, the kind of preparation leading up to it, we had that kind of game cancelled at Ross County due to the weather. As a player, do you think that kind of helps or hindrance? Obviously, got more rest, but you've almost psyched yourself up to play in that game.
Sometimes sometimes if they're you may be hyped up and you prepare for. There's nothing worse 9 times out of 10 if you've got this momentum. We keep on saying this word. It's so important for to carry on and get the games in, because 9 times out of 10 nobody really wants to train during the week if there's games. You know what I mean? So you're playing the Saturday and then you're playing the Tuesday or the Wednesday, and you can't wait if you're winning. Crowd behind you, you're maybe near the top of the league, and that's what you want. But it's sometimes that happens.
Hearts, we mentioned momentum. At the moment they probably do have that, having played. They beat St Mirren at the weekend before that, got the result against Celtic. What have you made of them this season under Stephen Naismith?
They look quite solid, and I think the most important thing, they've got a striker up front who's scoring goals, Shankland. He's the captain, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's setting the stall out, They look really dangerous down the flanks. They look solid at the back. I think they've got a couple of guys back, and they're looking pretty dangerous. But it's great to have a number 9 or a 10 that's going to get you 20 odd goals a season.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes you think, well, you know, look at us. We've got a couple of guys. I don't know who the top goal scorer is, how many goals they've scored, but it'd just be great. You know, Hearts have always had John Robertson in the past, 25 goals a season. If you can get somebody like that, you know, the Hibs
In your team,
now, you know, I think we could get that step further up the table,
can really
and
accelerate,
you could
yeah.
accelerate up.
Yeah.
So it's so important, and to take your chances is obviously a big, huge game, you know, thing tonight.
Shankland, he's got 15 goals in 25 games for Hearts this season. How important is it then that we do keep him in quiet, and whoever plays, whether it's Rocky, Will Fish, Paul Hanlon, whoever is in that centre back in it too, how important is that they nullify him and keep him quiet?
I think it is. I think to stop the supply. I think that's probably the most, you know, the most important thing. And it's the, you know, whether it's crosses in the box, stop the crosses. You know, the ball that goes in between the lines and between the centre backs. His link-up play is good. He's strong. He's brilliant in the air. So again, it's how to stop crosses. Don't give him the ammunition. And the only way you can do that is by pressing the guys on the ball. Don't let them play that pass through. And if they can do that and keep him quiet, there's still a long way to go. But I think we'll, you know, it's better doing that than him having 2 or 3 chances, because he will get one eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, the two teams have already met this season. Here's a reminder of how the action unfolded at Tynecastle.
Well, John Beaton and Nick Walsh will give them credit for that one. What a finish that is, though, and that has come out of absolutely nowhere. Hibs can't get the ball clear, and it is absolutely rifled beyond David Marshall. Still finding it difficult to get foot on the ball and make any real headway. The corner comes in. It's defended well, but let's have it again. Lowry. It's in the Hibs net. Well, I think that might have taken a deflection off a Hibs defender. Lowry runs into the box unhindered, tries to play what looked like a pass across the box, but it deflects off someone and ends up in the back of the net beyond David Marshall. Rocky on this near side will try to push Hibs forward. It's a little bit slow in the build-up from Hibs at the moment. Hearts getting plenty bodies back. Newell down the line for Obita. He's down again by Forrest. Rolled back for Joe Newell. Fondre plays the ball in. Hearts get it clear once again. Beningame it is. Newell does well. Doesn't break for Johan. He does the second time though, and he thunders the ball beyond the Hearts goalkeeper into the back of the net. Brings Hibs back within one. Well, it looked as though it had run away from Eli Johan there, Joel, but he got a little break of the ball inside the area and wasted no time in hammering it high into the roof of the net beyond Xander Clark to bring Hibs back into the game. Hearts 2, Hibs 1. Hearts 2, Hibs 1. So still plenty of time here for Hibs to get themselves back into the game, Joel. Hopefully that can lift them and push them on.
Loads of time, Cliff. We need to build on that and ensure we take this momentum going forward into the remaining 20 odd minutes, because
Boyle, ball falls, chance again for Johan, and Hibs are back on level terms. 2 in a minute from the Frenchman Eli Johan. Well, how does a game of football turn in that manner, Joel?
unbelievable, Cliff. There's absolutely scenes there in their way end, and quite rightly so. What a turnaround in this game. We speak about momentum in football, we speak about teams having the upper hand, and we certainly have that now in this Edinburgh Derby.
Well, Adam Lafondre and Martin Boyle were involved in that one. It was Boyle's ball across. Again, it just broke into the path of Eli Johan, and he wastes no time in planting it beyond Xander Clark.
So 2-2 it finished the last time the two teams met. That one was at Tynecastle, and you know, Ellie Ewan really did make his mark, particularly in that second half, because he wasn't very good in the first half.
No, it was a poor first half performance, but the second half was more like us, and the 2 goals for Johan was absolutely superb, and to see the fans go crazy when the goals were going in. That's what derbies are all about, and that's what it means to the supporters. And it was a brilliant comeback, but I think the two goals were quite poor.
To concede, yeah. You obviously know what it's like just to score at Tynecastle. What is that feeling of overwhelming emotion when you hit the back of the net at Tynecastle? It
was a glancing header, right enough, which is kind of not my kind of makeup, but it's just that you actually don't realise until you actually after the game. Unfortunately, we lost that game, and but to score against Hearts is fantastic. You see the supporters going crazy. I can remember some of the guys were trying to get over the fence, you know, to try and get onto the pitch to celebrate, or maybe to drag me across over the fence as well. But it means so much to these supporters, and we made that goal I scored made it 1-1. Then I think we conceded right away, which was a nightmare. So you kind of forget about your goals to a certain extent, because you want to win and score.
You scored a few goals, 16.
Yeah,
in
I know.
total.
I should have scored a lot more than that.
One?
Oh, there's that many, about 15 of them. Well, a couple of ones way back, a couple of volleys, and a couple of ones in the right wing, cutting it on my left and putting it in the top corner. They were brilliant ones at Aberdeen and Falkirk, and a couple of volleys and that. But there should have been a lot more.
Anyway, well, that was it. Last time we played Hearts was 2-2 at Tynecastle. The time before at Easter Road was way back when it was a lot more sunnier than today, and that one finished 1-0 with only goal coming from Kevin Nisbet. Here's a reminder of that one.
Doyle Hayes sizing up the options. Comes down this near side again for Cadden, nodded back into the mix. Chance here for Johan. What a stop by Sander Clark. That's what an Edinburgh Derby's all about, Joel. Chances at one end, Hearts then breaking up the other end. It's a great save from Sander Clark, from Ellie Johan. Played into the Hearts area again. Newell has it under pressure from Rolls. Doyle Hayes cuts it back into the box, missed by everyone. Ellie Johan gets the chance for the shot and hits it straight into the midriff of Sander Clark, the Hearts keeper. Gets it back. Going well by Newell for Hibs. Long ball forward, that's one for Nisbet to chase into the channel. He's not got much support. Ellie Johan's getting there now. Nisbet inside the area. Shoots! Oh, just wide of Sander Clark's near post as we look at it. Not really much else Kevin Nisbet could do there, Joel. He was all on his own. Ellie Johan was getting there as quickly as he could. Doyle Hayes right footed towards the back post. Hanlon climbs. Chance! It's in the net! Hibs have the lead in the Edinburgh Derby! Kevin Nisbet, the goal scorer! Paul Hanlon it was that knocked the corner back goalwards. And Kevin Nisbet was there to rifle into the roof of the net. 66 minutes on the clock, Hibs 1, Hearts 0.
Well, that's how it panned out the last time the two sides met here at Easter Road. Kevin Nisbet getting the only goal of the game, but it was a really important win at the time, because it had been a while since we'd got a victory. What did you make of that game?
Yep, well, the weather was a lot better then than it is tonight, that's for sure. It was a solid performance. It's always good to get off to a winning start. Playing them early on in the season, get the points on the board is always important, especially at the start. Performance was pretty solid. But the goal was absolutely a superb goal, great finish, and it's just kind of you just try to hold on really to try and get the 3 points. Yeah,
and a very important clean sheet. David Marshall was in goals that day, and we caught up with him earlier to preview today's derby.
Just how much importance do you guys put on, obviously it's a derby, but when everything sits at the moment, just how crucial that's going to be come the festive period?
Yeah, I think it's a big game, because we've obviously put ourselves in a decent position points wise since the managers came in, so the clubs are that much closer. Obviously Hearts they get a fantastic result at Celtic Park the other day. So no, it's always a big game. I think that everybody likes the kind of festive period, and there's a bit extra bit of spice there with the derbies at that time. But I mean, it's not a defining one. I think it's a huge game. Still halfway the season to go, but they always weigh heavily. It's the first fixture you look out for. So it's good to be at home, and hopefully we can put on a performance.
How do you reflect on how the previous derbies have gone so far?
We obviously struggled the first part of last season, and obviously we get knocked out of the cup. I think we did really well second half at Tynecastle when Ellie scored two quick fire goals. So but probably unfortunate in the last day of the season. I think just the break of the ball, Will Fish hit the post, and it was an emotional game. Obviously everything was at stake. So yeah, I think we've equipped ourselves probably better the last 3 or 4, but we had to do that. And as I say, hopefully we can take some good form into the game.
As you mentioned, Mason was maybe under a bit of pressure before it certainly turns things around. Just what do you guys have to do right in that match to make sure that you guys are celebrating at the end?
Yeah, well, I think the first game, I don't think we played well first half. I think there was a disappointment. We were playing well at the time, and coming into the derby, you hope you perform well, because anything can happen these kind of one-off games. So I think we're looking for performance, and I think that can lead to, when we've been at our best, we've created chances, we've been kind of free-flowing and exciting at times. So as I say, hopefully we can bring that performance, and our kind of attacking players can show what they've got.
Is that also key? Sometimes derbies you don't want to lose them rather than go out and win them, but the way the manager's playing, the way that you guys can play well, and how you guys click, is that sort of the key, that you go out from the first whistle and make sure you go and win the game? Yeah,
of course. I think that's the gaffer's drilled that into us since day one. There's been games where we've not been a lot, but a few performances. The St Johnstone game being one that we weren't at it. We never took the game to St Johnstone the way we have done, and probably the majority of games since the manager's been in. So yeah, the onus is on us. Every team that comes to Easter Road, I think the fans expect us to go and take the game to Hearts. Hearts are obviously in a decent place as well, so it's set up, and it should be a good one.
Especially with the break coming up as well, you don't want to leave a bad result lingering throughout the next couple of weeks of that as well. That's another key aspect, I think.
No, of course. Listen, we've put ourselves in. We lost our first 3 games of the season, obviously with the manager changing, so you're chasing your tail a little bit in terms of 9 points gone. But we've put ourselves in a points position where these games can set us up well for the second half of the season. So yeah, it's a marker, the break, and we want to send our fans off with obviously a good feeling, and give ourselves a bit of confidence for the second half of the season.
That was the pre-match thoughts from David Marshall ahead of tonight's Edinburgh Derby. Joe, how impressed have you been with some of Marshall's performances this season?
He's been absolutely outstanding for me. He's not gotten any younger, and to pull the performances that he has been doing over the last couple of years has been absolutely superb. Obviously he's still in great shape, and he's looking after himself great. He's been a few clubs, been at a big club at Celtic, so he knows have a strong mentality to cope with big games, and I think he's he plays a big part in the team at the minute.
Yeah, particularly starting attacks, playing out from the back.
Yeah,
he was hoping that he can get another clean sheet tonight. It would be very welcome. I'm conscious of the time, and we are running out of time, so before I let you go, just want to ask your score predictions for this one and how you see this one panning out.
I think it'll be close. I don't see a lot of goals in, which probably means there will be a lot of goals. I don't see there'll be a lot of goals, so I'm going to go for 2-1 Hibs.
2-1 Hibs.
I think if we start a high tempo, stop them playing, stop the ammunition going into the Shankland, and if he's kept quiet, doesn't get any chances, there's not really a lot of guys that can do score. So clean sheets. And I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Joe, a massive thanks for joining us.
Pleasure.
On Hibs TV. I hope your prediction is right. 2-1 Hibs, Joe is going for. What do you think at home? Tweet us using the handle Hibernian FC your score prediction. And I'm afraid that's all that we've got time for tonight. I'm away to dry off after the rain. But thank you very much for watching, and remember the action begins at 8 o'clock tonight. 1 Hibs.